No, well, this is kind of in relation, in a sense. Basically,
Oh my God.
Officer Cornwood and Officer Aziz
Oh my
went into
God.
the DMZ zone at Bolingbroke Penitentiary.
Oh.
Once they crossed the line, they were inside of Bolingbroke. They were held up and then brought inside the second gate at that point. They were there to apparently see Conan Clarkson, and obviously once they passed that line, they were inside their zone. At that point, they were held up and robbed of all their PD equipment, as well as Carmine was there with a gun out and pretty much had them hostage inside the prison.
All right, boys, you're ready to go in. We're everybody gear up. Let's have our guns. We're gonna rain down bullets on Bobby, Charles, and Carmine. Then we'll come in there and get Aziz and Cletus afterwards. It's gonna be war.
They're out now.
Yeah, they're out.
Their gear is.
The problem is their gear is not, and this is where
they don't want to give it back.
I personally, I'm on the opinion that our PD equipment is in there now, and I believe we need to retrieve that.
So like, why did Aziz and Cletus walk into DMC?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. First off, there's no such thing as
call it an
DMZ in
airstrike.
there. There's no such thing. The second you go in anywhere outside of that parking lot, they can do whatever they want.
Are you sure?
Yeah. There's no such thing as a DMZ area. That was never agreed
Correct.
upon.
That was just like
never legislated.
Yeah, it's just like an analogy for what the gates are, you know?
Right.
So am I allowed to go into visitation?
No, they can rob you in there. They can do whatever they want. That is considered the lawless zone. Anywhere
visitation
inside
is
that prison. Yes.
That is.
I thought the walls. I thought the walls. I thought visitation
I thought
was
it was past the gates.
Yeah, I thought it was past the main intake. Like like the main intake kind of curves a little bit, and then the walls kind of concave in instead of out.
I asked all these questions, sir. Anywhere inside that prison is considered their zone.
Hey, that's insane that we wouldn't even be able to go see people in visitation if necessary.
Yeah, you have to talk them through the walls then, right?
That seems like
someone had a court case last week and they were refusing to let them leave. So anything is not out of bounds for them.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
Jesus Christ.
That's the thing we're talking about. They're starving people in there. They're actually like.
So the thing,
shit.
there's one detail in this whole situation which is going to determine whether or not what actually happened was out of bounds or not, which is I was told that Aziz and Cornwood asked before they went in there, and they were told by either Bobby or Carmine that it was okay for them to come in to talk to.
Right, but why bring PD gear though?
They shouldn't have gone up there, period, sir. But I'm talking about what happened, because if they asked and they said they were okay to come in and nothing would happen, and then they were robbed, that's one thing. If they just went in there, that is another thing. I don't think they should have been there, period.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's after the fact. Now.
So what are we missing right now?
Talking to them now.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we missing right now?
Magazines at the very least.
Yeah, we'll have to get the full rundown. I mean, I'm
I have
sure
an
they
idea.
were taken of everything.
Why don't we use Clarkson to get the guns back?
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
He seems manic.
Exactly. We'll use Clarkson to find out where the guns.
He wouldn't just start shooting us.
The last time I saw Conan Clarkson, he was shooting an RPG at me.
We're not gonna give him any guns. We're gonna use him to get information from Bobby, Charles, or Carmine.
So I will say this, Slacks.
I have an idea, okay? And this might sound really fucked up. He thinks I'm actual Sam Bass, okay? I will pretend to be Sam Bass, and I'll try to convince him to try.
Sir, does he know that?
He does not believe that. He says he believes that I'm Sam Bass, right? So I'm gonna pretend to be Sam Bass.
What?
In order to talk to Clarkson to get information about what happened with the robbery, to get the PD gear from him as far as where Bobby, Charles, and Carmine have it, and then from there we'll go on the attack.
Sure, but okay.
That's
my
genius.
one question is, how are you gonna speak to Conan Clarkson?
Yeah,
without going into the prison.
Going into the prison, exactly. Yeah.
Over the phone?
Is he? Well, I guess he does have one. He called 311.
Yep.
He's been calling 311 for the past hour.
Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry.